Okay, so I think we should be live. Yep, live. Alright, so earlier I just searched for the Baykar uh, drones I mentioned earlier in the previous episode, like in the previous live stream, and then I added something bad. I did it in Romanian about the bionic birds that are protected through government laws because they are camouflaged being into resembling protected species, those bionic birds. So I looked into the manufacturing process and to the manufacturing plant of these bionic birds. So they're made by Baykar, the Baykar factory, because they're like professional drones. They're super realistic. Let's use that word. Um, the main one of their main factories, one of their massive factories, is located in Turkey, in Istanbul. They produce like military grade equipment. So these drones that I mentioned in the previous live stream are more than just bionic birds. They made for industrial espionage, individual espionage, and they're made to be able to fly considerable distances. As you can, we're able to see on the feathers on those birds being black. Maybe you remember those new solar panels that look black, and they're new solar panels, like they're military grade solar panels. So where I'm getting at is that the feathers of those bionic birds are actually similar to the solar cells of those solar panels, those black solar panels. And that is one of the reasons why these bionic birds are able to fly such great distances, um, and they just recharge in the sun and then they're uh, remotely controlled again. So they can fly between countries. As I was mentioning earlier, one of their main manufacturing plants is in Turkey, in Istanbul, and Constantinople. That's what I meant to say. They also produce TB2, a fighter drone extremely advanced. Um, capacity, capacity reported. I'm not gonna read the capacity because it's lying over here. It obviously is able for a bigger capacity. The thing is, besides this manufacturing plant from Turkey, they also have one in Saudi Arabia, and a new plant has been opened in Ukraine. So this is one of the reasons the war in Ukraine is still going on. One of the reasons why Putin is still attacking in Ukraine, because these guys at Baykar, like the ownership is Turkish. Uh, this guy is the owner that died like not too long ago. I think 1 or 2 years ago. Wait. Uh, so this guy passed away in 2023. This guy. Uh, then this guy who's got a similar name. So they're the Baykar factories are privately held. It's a family-owned company based in Turkey. Keep that in mind. Uh, and they have manufacturing plants in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, and in Ukraine. So that's one of the reasons Putin is attacking Ukraine. The chief technology officer and key figure in drone engineering, um, also known for his marriage to the daughter of President Erdogan of Turkey, though the company remains independent of state ownership. Okay, 100% Turkish private capital. So this guy, one of the sons of the old owner married the daughter of the president of Turkey. Now, I asked him a bit about the assembly line in Saudi Arabia, and this is what it answered. I'm not gonna read all of this because I want to make this a short video. Uh, the point is, yeah, if you ask like, um, it, it doesn't really want to talk about the bionic birds. I also asked who's chief in the Saudi Arabia manufacturing plant, and it said that it's the Saudi Arabian military industries are actually uh, involved in the running of that facility. It doesn't have like a CEO similar to or a manager. Um, so that's one of the reasons Putin is attacking Ukraine because, like they mentioned at some point before, that there are loads of gypsies in the Ukraine, you know, and in Poland as well. Uh, so Putin tried to get rid of loads of Muslims that took loads of hostages in the Ukraine, and also these guys with the Baykar factories had the plan to open this military equipment factory over there. Putin bombed the place, and then they continued to build, and now it's finished and it's running. The manufacturing of Baykar products in Ukraine is taking place, currently. Um, I don't know if at this hour, because it's 12:39 a.m. It's late at night. Maybe they're sleeping, but from what I know, in factories they work like three shifts, so it's probably working 24/7. I don't know if they have more factories other than the three I just mentioned. I just mentioned that wanted to mention that it's a Turkish-owned family company, uh, or like corporation, right? Their main factory is in Turkey. They have another one in Saudi Arabia, and another one that recently opened in Ukraine. And that's it for now. Stay blessed, stay vigilant. Hallelujah. Ok, deci am menționat mai devreme de păsările acelea bionice, care sunt trimise dintr-o țară în alta și potențial ca să spioneze indivizi, nu doar să facă spionaj corporatist, spionaj industrial. Am întrebat robotul, am făcut o mică cercetare legată de locuri unde ar putea fi fabricate astfel de echipamente militare, atât de realiste, care să ajungă să fie ocrotite prin lege, ca fiindcă seamănă cu o pasăre ocrotită prin lege, știi? Și m-am uitat, am mințit foarte mult robotul în conversația noastră până am ajuns la punctul de proprietate. Că a spus că nu se face foarte mult fake branding uh, și nu ai nicio dovadă că păsările alea bionice sunt confecționate de Baykar, știi? Baykar este o corporație deținută privat de o familie bazată în Turcia. Când le citești numele, astea sunt nume de turci, în principiu de araboi, cel puțin. În fine, de turci, nu chiar de araboi. Când te uiți la proprietarul vechi care a murit în 2023, ăsta e puțin alb, nu arată chiar a țigan, știi ce spun? Deși are niște cearcăne din alea, te pune pe gânduri. Ăștia doi care urmează sunt gen copiii lui, din ce înțeleg. Ăsta de aici, deci primul e CEO, ăsta e CEO, și celălalt s-a căsătorit cu fata președintelui Erdogan din Turcia, da? Fabrica lor principală este în Turcia, lângă Constantinopol sau unii mai spun și Istanbul, fiindcă sunt confuzi. Uh, Unde am mai întrebat? Aici tot neagă. A zis de drone, nu dă aici. Trebuie să-l întreb personal de modelul dronei. Ba nu, uite, menționează. Uh, Fixed Wind Drones, da, TB2, pardon, și A5 și drone cu jet Chizilelma. În fine, doar fiindcă ți arată doar metodele astea și doar modelele astea de drone produse de ei, asta nu înseamnă că nu produc, știi, fiindcă ei au un catalog de produse, știi, ca atunci când te duci la supermarket sau ca și când ai oferta Lidl, știi, revista aia care e la ieșire din Lidl, supermarket, spune aici produs de cataloge de parcă ar afișa ei toate produsele lor într-unul din ăsta ca să afle unul ca mine. Știi că fac ei păsări bionice pentru spionaj industrial și alte scopuri de genul ăsta care să le camufleze, să semene cu o pasăre reală, ocrotită, o specie ocrotită prin lege, care coincidental a devenit ocrotită prin lege, una dintre ele menționată în live stream-ul anterior, foarte curând. Bine, asta voiam să spun în principiu, că Baykar, care fabrică dronele respective, adică păsările bionice și alte tipuri de echipament militar, este deținut de turci, da, care sunt bazați în Turcia, au fabrica principală în Turcia, mai au una în Arabia Saudită și mai au una nouă pe care Putin a bombardat-o și totuși au terminat-o de construit și funcționează și produce la momentul de față în Ucraina. Da, atât pentru moment. Rămâi binecuvântat și vigilent. Aleluia.